Did you hear? Oh, speaking of Daredevil, did you hear like Kevin Smith was saying that they're bringing
Charlie Cox into
Spider-Man 3?
I heard rumor. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Also, speaking of Daredevil, Rosario Dawson.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about
Ahsoka.
that.
Yeah.
It's been rumored. I don't know if it's official yet that Rosario Dawson has been cast as Ahsoka Tano.
I tracked it down to the original article that was said, and they said
in the live action
anonymous, not anonymous, but it says sources tied to the filming.
Yeah.
I'm like, so take it with a grain of salt, but it seems to have gotten some traction, and there hasn't been anybody denying it on Twitter that I know of. Rosario Dawson's on Twitter. She didn't say anything about it, and I haven't heard anything from Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni.
Yeah, so basically the rumor is that in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano shows up, and first time in live action, and she's going to be played by Rosario Dawson.
And this is a long-time fan casting for Ahsoka. Like, if it wasn't the voice actress who actually plays her in the show, the next fan favorite was going to be Rosario Dawson.
Not Rosie O'Donnell?
Rosie O'Donnell?
Okay.
And you know the funny thing...
Rosario?
Maybe if they have a Hutt kid or something, she could play a Hutt.
The funny thing about this is that people are outraged that she could potentially have this role, not because of anything remotely sane, but because apparently people think that Rosario Dawson is a transphobe. And so there's been a big outcry from the alphabet community about making sure that she doesn't get this role.
So this is for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mandalorian Season 2.
Yeah. So I kind of put this out on Twitter, but my hot take and my unpopular opinion is that this won't work.
Well,
Ahsoka in live action.
I think you're wrong.
And
Matt, would you say he's stupid?
No,
I just can't see it. Like, she's got this giant freaking head thing on it, and it's so distracting.
Dawson's
I just don't see it working.
Any motion to his previous titties.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't see it. Like, if you look at all the other Jedis in the Star Wars universe, the ones that have those like giant headpieces,
the Twi'leks.
The Twi'leks are different because they just have.
It doesn't have to be a giant headpiece.
It is though.
Well,
if you look at it in the cartoon,
here, they could make that.
She's a teenager in that picture.
Yeah.
When she's older,
I saw the voice actress doing some cosplay. It didn't look that terrible to me.
It's not like she would be the first person to ever wear that headpiece. With
exactly, but the only other time that we see it is in episode 3.
Talking like that?
Yeah, that's too much,
we'll
man.
See that.
It's going to look weird.
I think it looks fine.
I think that.
Didn't they have Shakti in the movies? Didn't she have like a head like that type thing?
Yeah, but she wasn't like jumping around sword fighting and stuff.
Yeah, she was.
Oh man, the more
she wasn't. No, the only time we see her is she lights her turns on her lightsaber at the Battle of Geonosis, and then they cut away from her, and you never see her again. And then in episode 3, she dies in an edited cutout scene where she's just sitting there and she's...
Look at this. Somebody did an artist rendering of her and it looks hot. I think that'll be... Yeah.
That headpiece
looks pretty good.
Oh, man.
I like Rosario Dawson.
Yeah,
I do. I like her as an actress.
She's on this TV show called Briar Patch right now on USA that looks really good. I want to get into it.
The casting is not the problem. It's just the character herself. I can't get around.
Well, it's funny because Dave Filoni always said that if they were going to do a live action Ahsoka, he would insist upon the voice actress being the character.
Has he said that?
I think he's publicly said that, and that's one of the reasons why there's another subsection of people who did not like this casting announcement
because they want to see the voice actor.
They want to see the voice actor doing it,
which I can't think of any reason why they wouldn't. But
she doesn't have the right
people
face.
Right, and there's a reason she's a voice actor.
What is wrong with your face?
As someone who's just started getting into voice acting, I like to give a little plug to the voice actor studio. Melissa Moats is the best. I got a face for radio, man. Like, just because you can do a voice doesn't mean you can do the live action, visual representation of it. So.
I guess. But I don't know. I'm going to have a hard time. What do you guys think? Obviously, you guys disagree with me, but are you looking forward to seeing her?
Oh, yeah.
In live action?
I'm looking forward. Ever since seeing her in Alexander, anything I can see Rosario Dawson in.
Clerks 2.
Yeah.
Clerks 2. Amazing. I love that movie.
No, she's a good actress. She used to date former presidential candidate and New Jersey mayor or governor Cory Booker. So, like, the fact that she's getting... raked across the coals for quote unquote being a transphobe kind of ironic to me because like these are her people who are like trying to lynch her basically.
It's a blip on the radar.
Yeah,
it'll all go away in a week.
But she's a fantastic actress. I loved her in all the Marvel Netflix stuff.
Yeah, she was great in Daredevil.
Briar Patch looks really good. She was good in Zombieland 2. Her little cameo there. And I haven't
seen it yet.
I think she'd do.
She's in it.
Yeah,
spoiler.
It's not a secret. She was in the trailers. But I think
she has the wrong face.
I think that Mandalorian season 2 is going to be richer if she's in it. Although Pedro Pascal did put out a tweet about no transphobes, so like I don't know if there's like a
where did this transphobe thing come from? Why do people think
she got in some legal trouble with somebody like years ago, and they're like drudging it up and trying to shove it in her face? I don't know. I didn't look into it because I don't really care. But what do you think, Matt Vader? You look bored over there. Are you into this?
I am into it. Yes, okay. I think.
Do you want to see her? You want to see her lightsaber fight Gus from?
So I think they're going to have to be careful with her.
Yeah,
because it's the Mandalorian show. We don't want it to become the Ahsoka Tano show. So whatever role she has, it's going to have to be very limited. And maybe they're doing like a backdoor test to see if they could pull a Ahsoka show in the future with it.
Maybe.
But I don't think she's going to have a huge role. I think maybe it'll
tie her into the Obi-Wan show. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities.
Yeah. Or maybe she'll be the one who takes Baby Yoda off his hands finally.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
You think they're on for the long run?
I think Baby Yoda's on it for the long run.
Yeah, like he's so popular, they wouldn't get rid of him.
But I think they need to be careful with it.
Yoda. Yeah, for sure. Any of those legacy characters. The same thing with Obi-Wan. Whenever that show gets off,
that's the one I'm really looking forward. Like, I hope the coronavirus doesn't kill us all just so I can see the Obi-Wan show.
I'd really like to see a solo Disney Plus show.
I actually really like that solo.
I would really not like to see that.
I think the movie is kind of like mediocre, but I feel like I could watch a TV show that had Aaron Eaglehorn. I'm sorry, I forget his name.
The Indian dude.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich as reprising the role as Solo. Him and Chewie and Donald Glover as Lando. Yeah. I would watch a show of them fighting the Red Sun organization, Crimson Sun organization. Stuff like that. Like I would find that fascinating.
Yeah, with Amelia Clarke and
do it
Ray
just
Parks
like The Mandalorian, where it's like half-hour episodes. Like I would totally be down for that.
Yeah,
I would watch a show as long as it didn't have Lando Calrissian or Han Solo in it.
Really? You want those characters?
Those were legacy characters played by Billy D. Williams and Harrison Ford. No. I don't want to see a 5'2" midget playing Han Solo. Sorry, I don't. He's not Han Solo.
Okay.
He's not Han Solo.
What about Anthony and Gruber?
Friend of the show.
I don't want any
Alex
more
Vocal
Han.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want anybody else to play Luke. I don't want to see anybody else play these other characters.
I feel that way about Yoda. I do not want them to touch Yoda. I don't care about this stupid High Republic era, 400 years before the prequels, where Yoda's supposed to be in his prime. Don't.
Maybe if they did it animated or something, it'd be different. But I have no interest in these
with the
solo characters.
The face swapping and de-aging technology they have nowadays, I really don't understand why they I would love to see them do that.
Really?
I actually would. They've done such a good job with
it'd be really expensive. But if you cast Anthony Ingruber, he looks just like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You'd save so much money on CGI.
I think I would just rather see the legacy characters be left alone.
Yeah. And you want new
characters, new stories.
Sense. That's
what I liked about The Mandalorian is they're touching all the bases with that one.
Well, even if they just did a Crimson Sun show with that followed Kira, because Emilia Clarke isn't doing anything now.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
So I'd
have
be cool with that.
Ray Parks as Darth Maul come back and do a couple cameos here and there. That'd
Maybe
be awesome.